This is episode number 157 of the Homeowner Show. Whether you're a DIY or looking to hire, we're here to help you find the best information and options for you and your home. My name is Kevin Hackett, and here with me is Greg Williams.
Hello, and welcome to the Homeowner Show. We're glad that you could join us tonight for this live episode of the Homeowner Show from the Homeowner Show studios. How you doing, Kev?
Man, I'm fantastic.
You're all smooth.
If you want to look at this, here it is. I told you it was coming.
Football season is here.
It's here. Yep. I told you it was coming. There's the...
Dadgummit.
I knew it was coming. I was waiting.
I didn't do it. I took it out.
Yeah, so, it's just...
audio engineers at their best.
Well... And
it's not like we haven't done this 157 times.
Exactly. But yeah, I told you it was coming. I did not show you. It's on my phone, which is being used as a camera. But I did take the picture that you told me, the fisticuffs picture.
Oh, did you really?
Dude,
you got to share that.
I know it's just on my phone, but it is. I showed your dad, and he was like, "Dude, that's good."
It was good.
Yeah, it was.
I was impressed when you called me.
Yeah.
And so like you FaceTime me.
Yeah. I had to show someone.
Immediately started laughing.
Yeah, you did.
It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So did you keep it the rest of the day like we talked?
Well, that was the plan.
Uh-huh.
And my wife saw me and threatened my life.
Right.
If I didn't shave it off before I left.
I've met your wife, dude. And she ain't taking nobody's life.
You've not seen my wife at her fiercest.
Uh-huh. I think she can get angry, but I mean...
let's just put it this way. I would have been miserable for a while.
How long?
It was not worth it.
How long?
Long enough.
Let's run the numbers.
Probably a week.
That's worth it.
No, not worth it. Not worth it.
She can't hang in there for a week.
And
I can confidently say that because she never listens to this.
Well, that's true. She's not going to hear this.
That's right.
There's no way. She's listened to less episodes than your wife.
Well, that's probably accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
What else has been going on, man?
Oh man.
Other than Smooth Kevin being back.
Well, I had.
Can we officially title
Smooth Kevin?
Smooth Kevin.
I mean,
it lasts like 3 months of the year, right?
Yeah, it's here for just long enough to. I don't
it's your
care.
alter ego.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
Whatever.
You should hashtag that when you post the picture.
Well, I will tell you this, so since the beginning of the year, I've lost over 30 pounds.
Uh-huh.
And so...
Not just in mustache.
Well, that's the thing is, I was wondering this week how much, whenever I shaved it off, I got a picture of it like all in the sink. It's
right, yeah.
Still half the sink is full. But it did shock me a little bit. My face is a little slimmer than it was the last time I had clean shaven face.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's good stuff. So,
nice.
Anyway, you asked me what's going on. I mean, there's a lot, dude. So tonight, in tonight's episode, we're just going to kind of talk through some different things going on at our house.
Yeah.
Because we've got a lot of interesting new things happening, or maybe just crap happening. And
there's definitely some crap.
Yeah, and so we're going to talk about it. So
yeah, so the idea here is like Kevin and I get inspiration for content for you guys from stuff that happens to us.
A lot of times, yes.
Yeah, and so good, bad, ugly, like we want to share it with you guys. And so like my list was getting pretty deep. You had a couple things going on at your place, and we're like, man, these are episodes that are coming up. We're going to be talking about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so we want to just give like a little teaser.
Yeah.
As to what's coming down the pipe for the show, because it's stuff we're going to be wanting to talk about. And so if you're listening on Facebook Live, just in the comments, like, tell us which one is more interesting to you so we get to that one first.
Right.
Now, some of them have, calendar issues with them. We can't talk about them until they're finished or they haven't started yet, but we know that they're in the pipeline, that stuff's happening at our houses, and so we want to be able to get that stuff out to you. So be sure and tell us which one is most interesting to you, because we want to be able to bring in on the best experts and the people that have the most knowledge to talk about these kinds of things so that we can bring you the best information.
Right. Yeah, and there's a lot here, man. There's a lot here, and I know between what you've got and what I've got, there's plenty of stuff to talk about for a while. And we got some other really cool episodes coming up as well. In fact, I just got a reply from Solo Stove about doing an episode kind of on that product. I don't know if we're going to get someone from their company on or not, but we'll be able to, share their content and what that thing's about. It's kind of like this. It's a smokeless
fireplace.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of other things we've got coming. So anyway, this is kind of a preview episode, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. Well, and to add on to that, so we've got Solo Stove. We also have a rep from Pickle coming in. Pickle is a new home automation app for your home.
And it tastes really good.
Yeah, I like fire and ice pickles. Come on.
I've not tried fire and ice pickles.
Are you kidding me?
I don't even know what that is, but I'll tell you this: I've got some pretty amazing pickles that I love.
Well, dude, you haven't lived until you've had fire and ice pickles.
Well, tell me about them real quick.
It's sweet and spicy.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah,
I've got my favorite one is called a sweet jalapeno that I've got at my house right now.
Yeah.
Is it the same thing, or is it fire and ice a specific brand?
Fire ice is a specific flavor. I think there's a couple different brands that do that flavor.
Okay,
so
I'm in.
Yeah, you can usually find it at the store. Maybe
I'm
Top
all in.
Shelf. It's kind of like where they put the good booze.
Oh yeah,
Top Shelf.
right up there.
Okay, yeah.
I'm there, man.
Yeah, my wife is watching, and she's actually celebrating your face.
Whoa.
So
she does hate facial hair.
She does hate facial hair. She married the right guy.
That's right.
So
that's true.
Because it ain't ever happening.
No.
And I've looked into it. Like the supplements, they're not worth it.
Well, I mean, there's even like vitamins you can take just to, help, but like they don't. I'll tell you right now, it don't help that much.
Yeah.
Really. So
what's the new ones are what is it? Keeps?
I have no idea.
It's like a new hair treatment. So let me tell you the rationale I've landed on with this.
Okay.
I would be too handsome. It's God's way of just, keeping the ego in check.
Oh my goodness.
So
let's find out.
Look, right here. With a beard? Are you kidding me? It's unstoppable.
Oh, it's a stopgap at your house, I'll tell you that.
It would definitely stop some things.
Yeah. So,
whatever.
Anyway, so why don't we start off with you? Tell us something that you're going to be talking about in the future at your house.
Well, so right off the bat, we can talk about. Let me see if I can pull this up real rogue. There we go. So I want to give a shout out to Billy Myers.
Okay.
He owns Mac Property Services because he just finished a project I've been waiting to get done for like 2 years. So I just tagged him in the comments to make sure that he sees this. But the jagweed that worked on our house last time didn't finish. And I had to call him back like 3 times for like some big things that he didn't finish, but there was a couple little things that he didn't finish that he said he was going to finish.
Sure.
I'm not a jerk customer. I just like you to do what you say you're going to do.
Oh, that's really not all that unreasonable.
No. So this guy had left grout. So he had unevenly placed a piece of tile.
Okay.
And I had called him out and said, look, man, this piece of tile is uneven. It's actually at the edge of the stairs. So we need to change that piece of tile out or re-level it. So you need to get all the grout out in order to change the tile piece.
Sure.
He didn't have to he didn't have to cut the tile. He just ended up being able to pry it out and re-level it. And it looked fine.
Sure.
And he's like, I'm going to have to come back in a few days and re-grout it. No problem.
Yeah.
Also, downstairs where he built a false wall for me, he was supposed to finish a. Well, actually, that's not true. That's not on him. That one was on me. We had decided to finish the shiplap wall on our own, and I got into a project that was just over my head. So Billy came in and helped me finish that one out. It was a shiplap wall that I didn't want. There was supposed to be a closet entrance. I just didn't want to have like a normal door.
Yeah.
So he built me a door out of shiplap. So it just looks like shiplap, and you press on it. It's a magnetic release, and it just opens. It's kind of like a hidden door.
Perfect.
So, but anyway, this tile thing, it's been sitting there like that for 2 years because after like day 25 of ghosting me, like he's just not picking up the phone. He's not responding to text message. He's not responding to Facebook messages. And he's like, that's his way of telling me I'm done with you.
I'm not coming back.
I'm not coming back.
Right.
And he's got all my money at that point.
Jeez.
Because I'm a nice guy. I knew he needed to pay the guys that had worked for him, but he just wasn't honoring his work.
Yeah.
So anyway, Billy came out, and Billy is awesome because he is extremely meticulous. So if you live in the Montgomery, Conroe, Spring, Woodlands area and you need things done around your house, like done where like they look right and they're meticulous and well done, like he did the whole thing. Like he gave me the quote, included materials, and even when his materials didn't work out, he went back and got the materials that he needed and didn't charge me extra. He actually charged me less than what he said he was going to charge me.
Wow.
I mean, he was just so awesome to work with, and he's so laid back and just kind. I mean, he's just a good guy to work with. So,
nice.
anyway, good guy to work with. Hope lots of people give him a call if they need some projects done. Because he did my closet. My wife is so happy just with that one tile at the top of our kitchen.
I bet.
So, you've been to our kitchen. It's like that one tile at the top of the stairs. Yeah. It had no grout in it.
Right.
It hasn't for like a year and a half.
Right. And it's probably just something that, it probably didn't take him all that long to fix, but
no.
But it's
just not something I can do it, but it wouldn't look as good as if he did it.
Right.
And I'd rather it look good.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, no, I don't blame you. But there was a specific reason that he was here beyond like fixing some of those things, right?
No, that was the primary reason he was here.
It. Okay.
But while he was here, some stuff happened that he's now having to quote me to repair.
Yeah, because you had a little bit of an issue.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk about that now?
We can. Okay. Why not? It ties in because he's gonna be doing the work on that.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this. Because if you listen to the show on a regular basis, at this point my kitchen's weird.
No, that's not true. Your house is weird.
My house is weird.
And your kitchen is part of the reason that
my kitchen weird. Is okay.
Semantics matter.
My kitchen's on the second and a half floor.
Right.
Which to most people, when they hear that, they're just
yeah.
It's not that big a deal.
It's really not.
My calves are amazing.
I'll be the judge of that. Not right now, though.
Megan is saying she can't hear any audio. Let me see if I can turn it up for you, Megan.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Check it out.
Are you anything coming through now?
Let us know.
Definitely give us feedback on the audio and video. But let me see if I can turn this up some.
Yeah, we want her to hear this because she's gonna be mentioned.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, figure out what's going on.
Let me see here. Just give me a second.
Well, so while he's doing that, I will say that what has happened at your house is directly related to how weird your house is, although it's not completely out of the realm of possibility that this would happen in someone else's home, right?
No,
because
not at all.
Because the reality of it is there's a lot of people that have multiple stories in their home, and something like this could happen, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. So I adjusted the audio. If you guys are out there listening right now, looks like we got 5 or 6 people listening. If you can, shoot me a thumbs up, or what are the other ones? Send me an angry face if the audio is bad. That's fine. We'll take angry faces.
Yeah, it definitely got louder in my ears. So I don't know.
So it looks like it's coming through here. So that's we're always wanting to improve the quality of our audience's experience.
That's right. So thanks for kind of hanging with us as we make the adjustments on the old audio.
All right.
Hopefully,
Megan, feel free to absolutely feel free to catch up on the replay on the audio.
Yeah, but hopefully, we are recording the audio well for the podcast.
Yeah.
But this is for Facebook that she's talking about.
Absolutely. So hopefully, definitely let us know how it's going over there, because we want to make sure that's the highest quality possible. And we don't know because we can't listen to it until after the show.
That's right.
So where were we?
Well, you were telling us a little bit about what happened, second and a half floor, all that jazz.
Oh, yeah. So my wife calls me and says, we've got water on the first floor. And I'm like, what do you mean you got water on the first floor? The only thing down there is the bathroom and the laundry room.
Yeah, right.
So, and she's like, well, there's water in the living room.
Oh.
I'm like, okay. Where's it coming from? She's like, I don't know.
Well, that's not good.
So we do have sort of like a semi-attic on the first floor.
Okay.
Which, again, with there being 3 stories, I understand that that's weird. It's actually the void between the first floor and the kitchen.
Yeah.
Because the kitchen's on the second and a half floor.
Right.
It's where all the what is that part of the air conditioner that's inside?
The ducting?
Well, there's ducting, but there's also like the heating.
Oh, the furnace.
The furnace.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm like, okay, we'll make sure that like the AC condensate isn't overflowing.
Right.
Because if so,
Yeah.
we'll call Jehu.
Yep.
And we'll get that under control.
Yep.
So the bad part about all that is these ceilings downstairs we had just had redone at the same time as everything else.
Right.
And it was all beadboard.
Mm-hmm.
Well, beadboard doesn't respond to water very well.
Okay.
So now on my first floor, there's this giant bubble of wood.
Oh, jeez.
So the upside is the way that they installed it. It's a full panel.
Oh, that's good.
So there's
because they just put full sheets up, right?
well,
basically.
specifically where the water was hitting this one was a full panel.
Perfect.
So all they have to do is take the trim down, put a brand new panel back up, and then recaulk all the trim.
Sure.
So I mean, like no cuts, nothing. I mean, unless maybe they inadvertently damage one of the trim pieces or something.
Sure.
Should be an easy fix.
Yeah.
So we had to get a bid for that. Someone kicked a hole in our downstairs sheetrock in our mudroom.
That doesn't sound like one of your children.
Yeah. And then we never finished the ceiling in our bathroom,
Oh, okay.
which part of the reason we didn't finish it is because what we wanted was a really expensive option, which is 10 tile.
Oh, yeah. That stuff is pretty cool, though, in the right setting.
Yes.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fantastic looking. And actually, Brandy Banks actually showed me the place. I mean, she's got some really cool stuff in her house.
Yeah.
And she showed me the website where I forget what it's called. I'll have to look it up. I've got it saved on my phone.
Yeah. And it's Burke now.
Oh, Brandy Banks. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, Brandy. I blame Craig.
Burke Plumbing.
That's right.
Ryan Burke.
Okay, everything's better because we've now given a shout out.
All the shout outs have been given.
That's right.
So anyway, so she showed me and this is the 10. They actually put this 10 tile on the bar to their kitchen.
Oh, nice.
On the underside.
Yeah.
It's really cool looking.
Yeah, I bet.
So and they're actually building houses now. Did you know that?
They are.
Yeah.
Custom built homes by
I mean, they didn't
Burke.
quit the other stuff, but they're building
they're just
houses
doing
on
that
top. Yeah.
Exactly. And I mean, Ryan. I mean, he loves designing.
I would trust
things.
him to build everything in my house.
I would too.
Yeah, that guy is crazy thorough.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, so Billy's got to come. He's got to send us a quote for all that kind of stuff because it all happened like while he was there, and I was like, "Well, Billy, send me the quote because I don't want to do it."
Right. No, I mean,
nor do I have the skill to do much of any of it.
Yeah, I mean, you go back to the DIY calculator that's on our website at homeownershow.com. Find the DIY calculator. You can find out exactly why you don't want to do it, and it's somewhere in there about the do I want to do this?
Do I want to?
Yeah, the do I want to is going to make this cost a lot more money.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
anyway, those. So all that to say, the leak came from my kitchen, from my dishwasher.
Right.
So upon inspection, the frame on my dishwasher had cracked.
That's
on
insane.
the bottom.
Yeah, and so that's it's a plastic frame on the bottom of this one.
Yeah. Which was kind of a blessing because had it cracked on top, it would have been a slow leak that happened over time and could have potentially caused like a lot of mold and mildew in the kitchen.
Good point.
So which leads us into it's not a blessing because, we went I'm glad Megan chimed in because we interviewed her not too long ago about appliances. Appliances are hard to get right now, especially the nice ones.
Yeah.
So
true.
now you can walk, if you're not choosy or picky like me, like we went to Best Buy on, what was that? I guess it was Saturday. And they had tons of models out on the floor that were as is, models that people had bought and then returned.
Right.
That they just needed to unload. The prices were great. They were there and available.
Right.
None of them. I know I'm weird. I like having the same brand of all my appliances in my kitchen.
I don't think that's weird. I just think that's being consistent. I don't think it's weird at all. Not only that, I'll take it a step further. I don't only want the same brand, I want the same model.
You want the package.
So for example, we in our house just happen to have the Frigidaire gallery style.
Right.
And all
because
of the
they
handles
do
are the
look
same.
different.
They do. The handles are different. The buttons are different. The colors, like maybe there's more stainless or more black or whatever. They look different. So if you want a consistent look, you need the same one. So I get it. I don't think that's weird.
Yeah. And so the ones that we like are typically KitchenAid.
Okay, sure.
We actually designed our kitchen around our KitchenAid mixer.
Oh, nice.
We have like this real pale teal green KitchenAid. We designed our kitchen around that mixer.
Yeah.
Anyway, so when we went to look, I was like, well, I want the KitchenAid.
Yeah.
Like, it's just what I want.
Right.
And
get what you want.
So we had to go to like 3 stores and even to find a company that could even get it to us.
Okay.
So the conundrum we're in right now is we're having to wait till September 11th for our dishwasher to get in. So,
that's a really big anniversary.
Yes.
20th anniversary.
That is a big anniversary.
It is. But anyway, keep going.
Anyway, so we're having to wait till September 11th, and it may not even come in at September 11th, which if it doesn't come in at September 11th, it may make some other decisions easier, because starting September 30th, all of our cabinets in our kitchen are being completely rebuilt.
Nice.
So we're going to have to run the gamut of, should we install the dishwasher before they start on the cabinets, or should we let the cabinet guys build the dishwasher around the new cabinets? I'm inclined to say let's let them build around the dishwasher.
Yeah. That's what I would do if I had the choice.
Right.
That's what I would do. But there's a 20-day difference after already being without for about 20 days.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's like the amount of time someone might have been on like a big boat. Just saying.
So so in perspective, like 20 days, that's not that much in terms of thinking about, well, this dishwasher should last me 10 years.
Yeah.
I can go 20 days washing my own dishes.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yes.
Whether or not I feel like that at the end of the 20 days,
right,
is a different story.
It's like, how many paper plates can I buy?
Yeah. A lot.
They're readily available.
They are.
And that might be a really good option.
Well, let me add this in there. I hate paper plates.
I do too.
I despise them.
There's not any that are really good. No, there's not any that are good. Even the plastic ones suck.
Yeah, I don't like any of them.
No, I don't either.
Screw you, paper plates.
Yep.
We don't like you.
Nope.
We never will.
Nope.
So don't even try and buy ad space on this show.
I want the porcelain.
Yeah.
Yep.
Give it to me every time.
So I'll tell you this. Speaking of appliances, so one of the most difficult appliances to get during the pandemic was a freezer.
Yeah.
And not just freezer, there are fridges and different things like that, but freezer specifically, because here's what happened. Just shortly, about the same time that there was this shortage of toilet paper.
Yeah.
There was a shortage of food, if you remember, and specifically a shortage of meat. Because people were buying all the meat off the shelves, and I think they walked by the toilet paper and went, you know what we're going to need if we eat this much meat? A lot of toilet paper. And so they buy like, half of a cow, and then they go home and they go, well, crap, we don't have anywhere to put this half of a cow. We got to buy a new freezer. So everybody went out, bought all the freezers that were on the shelves, and then all of a sudden, no more freezers. So what do you got to do? You got to import new freezers because most of those things are made overseas and nothing was being imported for a while.
Right.
And so, and the ones that weren't being imported, they're manufactured here in the USA. Those factories were shut down, and so you literally could not get a freezer. Like people were selling like these mini freezes, that are half the size of a freezer for like $1,500.
Yeah.
And people were buying them just because you didn't have any other option, right? So anyway, we just, 6 months into the pandemic, our freezer went out. Of course it did. And so we thankfully had this little chest freezer, and we loaded everything up in that. But it was time to buy a new freezer, and we decided that we would. And so we did. Megan Anderson from Renova Appliances, I called her and I was like, hey, do y'all have anything? So, man, it was awesome. She was able to get me a slightly larger freezer and a brand that I actually preferred over what was it, like Home Depot.
Yeah.
And it was about $10 cheaper. And, the only difference was I had to pay for shipping as opposed to free shipping.
Yeah.
And when it all came down to it, it's like, okay, I know I'm going to get a lot better customer service. And I know that they don't put junk appliances into customers' homes.
Right.
And so I just felt really, really good about the whole process. And so I'm excited to we'll do a whole episode probably just kind of reviewing that and the process that it took me to get it in and all that kind of stuff. But like I was just super excited to finally have a stand-up freezer again because the other one was a chest freezer. And if you've ever had a chest freezer, they're
booger to get stuff in and out
yeah,
of.
but you don't ever know what's in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, okay, there's stuff at the bottom, but do I really want to go after it? Like,
Yeah.
That's going to be a chore.
And I was at a dude's house not too long ago, and he had an ice cream freezer in his garage full of deer meat.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's what this was. It was an ice cream freezer.
Right.
As I say, a chest freezer, but it's an ice cream freezer with the glass tops.
Yeah, that slides back and forth.
That's exactly what this is.
Which was cool. What was cool about that is it did have the glass top.
Oh.
So you could see through and you see what's in there, unless it got a little foggy.
Right.
But yeah, so I mean, like it was just, but like it had like still all the ice cream logo and stuff on the outside.
Nice.
And I was like, dude, you bought out like some old like beat up gas station freezer.
Yep.
Which probably works fine.
I'm sure
it was working fine when I saw it.
I mean, the one we had worked fine. I'm gonna probably try to just slum it off on someone that wants it at this point, but.
You still have it?
Yeah, I mean, it's still in my garage right now. Just because, I mean, I literally got the freezer in on Saturday, I think No, Thursday. Was it Thursday?
Thursday? Like this past Thursday?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, yeah, it just barely got full.
I imagine there's a lot of people mad at me. I have a stand-up upright freezer. I've had it for, 4 or 5 years now. I've never used it as a freezer.
Wow. Just sitting out there?
No, I put a temp control on it to where it would only regulate the temperature at 72 degrees.
Okay.
I was using it as a fermenter.
Oh. Okay.
So, because you can get these temperature regulators, I mean, they're like $20.
Okay.
I mean, you got to buy a box to put them in. And it's real easy.
Yeah.
I mean, like if you have any simple understanding of electronics, you can put it together.
Yeah.
It's way cheaper than buying one assembled.
Right.
So, and you just put a temperature monitor on the inside of the freezer, and it's a power control that you plug the freezer into.
Okay.
It only turns it on when it gets when it gets above 72 degrees.
Interesting.
So it's great for fermenting.
Yeah. Stuff.
Beer.
Yeah. That stuff.
And sauerkraut. Not that I would ever do that.
I know.
Kimchi.
I was wondering why you were okay.
Dude, do you like kimchi?
I've eaten it. It's not my favorite thing, but I mean, I've eaten it.
So,
but I don't know why you would go through the process of doing that when you could buy it.
Do it. Well, to be fair, the way that you ferment kimchi is you actually bury it in the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. I've never actually done it, but I would like to.
Interesting.
Sounds like a fun adventure.
Speaking of burying things, I had a problem at my house recently that involved something buried. Pipe.
A pipe?
Yeah. So I had to get, speaking of Burke, I had to get Burke out because we had this weird thing going on in my house where so we got two sinks in the bathroom, the primary bathroom. And you turn the hot water on and it would just it rattled like it had a knocking sound.
Oh.
And what was interesting is I just happened to see Ryan out at a burger place one day. I was like, dude, like after the freeze, we had this weird thing going on, like the faucet's like knocking whenever we turn the hot water on. He goes, huh.
Just left it there.
And I was like, well, what do you think it is? He goes, well, does it do it on the other faucet? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, huh. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. I was like, oh, it's never okay whenever your plumber says that doesn't sound good. Right. And so that was one thing, like, because I don't really use the hot water at my faucet, but my wife does to wash her face at night or whatever. And
maybe you should try that.
And the hot water is not going to help this. It's just not.
Well, not the look, but the smell.
Yeah, I've done.
There's a reason we keep a 6-foot distance in the studio.
True.
It ain't because of COVID.
No, that's true. And so the other thing is, from time to time, and this only happened like, I don't know, once every week and a half or 2 weeks, where we'd be washing dishes in the sink and the water would start backing up into the sink.
Oh.
But it would only happen from time to time. So we had to get him out for both of those things. Turns out that the bathroom problem, they fixed in 3 minutes. Apparently, the water coming in to the hot water, the valve wasn't opened all the way.
Oh.
And apparently some debris had gotten...
So it was clogged.
It was clogged. And so they actually, the first thing they said was, is it one faucet or two, right? Because apparently that's what happens whenever your faucet isn't getting water to it, it knocks. And so if you ever have a knocking faucet, first of all, you need to take the aerator off of it, which is the little screw
lets
that's
the debris out.
Yeah, and it lets the debris out. And so typically you'll have water flowing after that. So
most people don't know that that's even there, let alone that they can take it off.
Right. And I guess it's valuable. Most plumbers hate it because that's the fix to a lot of things. But yeah, clean that thing out every 6 months or so. But once they opened it, there was then a lot of debris that had got into the faucet aerator. So they cleaned that out. Problem fixed.
Nice.
Voila. And then they had to run a snake down the sink drain, and they ran it like they ran 75 feet of snake out just to do it. But they found something. It wasn't anything huge, but it was something blocking somewhere, probably in the bathroom. Kids probably used too much toilet paper or something. And but anyway, we had probably knowing my son. Yeah. So anyway, it was like a $200 bill.
Okay, that's not bad.
But the service fee is $125 just to get them out. And then the snake was $75. They didn't even charge me and do anything with the bathroom. But I was sitting here going, please take my money, because I thought you were gonna have to cut my wall open to fix this knocking. I was like, please just take my money and leave for $200. I'm so happy right now. Yeah. It's weird to be happy about $200.
Well, when you're expecting thousands.
I was.
Yeah.
But I was like, and I had put it off since the freeze, which was February. I'd put it off that long because I was like, I don't want to know.
It's been happening that long?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And so we hadn't had hot water in our bathroom since shortly after the freeze. And I bet it was the freeze that did it. Because whenever you turn your water off out at the street and you turn it back on, stuff breaks loose and stuff happens.
Bad glue breaks loose.
That's right. And we've got galvanized pipe at my house. So that's a mistake.
It is.
Whoever thought that stuff was the best is the worst.
I will tell you, it's not difficult to convert your house to PEX these days.
No, it's really not.
I mean, most plumbers can knock it out in a day. Yeah. Which is impressive.
Yeah, and really, it winds up being cheaper than alternative, like regular pipe, because just the labor is so much less expensive. The PEX is a lot more expensive, but the labor is a lot less expensive. Yeah. So, done easily.
You got anything else going on at your house?
No, actually, those were the two biggest things, were the plumbing and the freezer, and I'm sure there's some other things. I did have to clean out my sump pump the other day, which was kind of a nasty job.
The one on the porch?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was no big deal. Okay. I used my shop vac.
Well, so cause I'm going to run through my list of stuff that we're probably going to be talking about.
Yep. Run through it quick.
Yeah. Just so, and let us know which one sounds more interesting to you guys, so we can categorize them. So one, we want to give a report on my DIY pool heater.
Yeah.
And how that's doing.
Yeah.
So we'll give an update on that. We're probably gonna do an episode on my new cabinets, which really just means that Craig's wife is happy.
That's between my face and your cabinets, she's good.
Yep. As long as she gets that. So one of the things that has absolutely changed my world over the past 2 months is automatic watering for a lot of the animals on the property.
Oh.
And so I've been testing several different models, and I just got some new ones in for the horse stalls, which I'm excited because I'm going to have to do some plumbing in order to install them because they have to be, I hate to use this word because it's not electricity, but hardwired in to the water line in order to use them. So those actually just came in yesterday.
Yeah.
And then my garage gutting and remodel is in progress at the moment.
Okay. And it looks pretty awesome.
I'm excited.
It's coming together.
I will tell you, my mindset on this has been, I have hated my garage since I moved into this place. Absolutely hated it. I hated it that stuff was everywhere. I hated it the way that it was set up.
Yep.
I hated the way that it looked.
Yep.
I hated the way that it felt. I hated the way that the lights were set up. And so I was like, you know what? If you hate something this much,
fix it.
Get rid of it.
Yep.
So I threw out an 18-foot flatbed trailer worth of stuff that I didn't need anymore, nor did any human being need.
Right.
So I gutted all that. I kept all the stuff I absolutely had to keep, and I gutted it. And I'm currently in the process of putting up new interior walls and lighting, and it probably would be further along right now, except I got a little bit of the sniffles this weekend and couldn't work.
Right.
But on top of that, my wife just bought me some new storage cabinets for the garage, which I'm super excited about because they're big, they're heavy, they're metal, and they're on casters.
Oh, that sounds awesome. I love those things.
Yes.
Did she get them from like Sam's?
No, she ordered them on Amazon.
Oh, really? Because I know they have some at Sam's, but these are probably better.
I don't know. I'll give a full report once I get them put together. They literally showed up in my driveway today.
Okay.
All 300 pounds of them.
Gee whiz.
And
do you have a dolly?
I do.
Good.
I do. Good. So, but like when I was making my list for tonight to talk about the different things that we're gonna be talking about on the show coming up, I started getting overwhelmed. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, and that's not even all the stuff I have to do on my property. Like,
right.
I still need to mow. Yeah. And that's not even on the list.
Nope.
And it's not even all the things. Like I have lights on my wraparound ports that need to be changed out. Changing light bulbs in my house is an adventure.
Takes time.
Yeah. So, I mean, like it's not all the stuff, but those are just the big projects that we're probably going to be talking about on the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, so thank you guys for listening to this episode. We're glad that you could join us. Please hit the subscribe, the notification bell, the follow, the subscribe, what are the other buttons, Kev?
You hit most of them.
Does your Goofy podcast app have a weird button?
No.
No?
It's a regular button.
What's the button?
It's a subscribe button.
It's just subscribe? It's not like a thumbs up or a...
No, subscribe.
Okay.
Done.
And leave a review.
Yeah.
Let us know.
That's probably one of the best things you can do. But after you subscribe, go leave a rating or review on Apple Podcasts. That would be fantastic. Thank you for doing that. And we really, really appreciate you guys listening and tuning in. So, we're here each and every Tuesday. And until next time, we'll see you later.
See ya.